What's good, Fake Michael? Rick James. Shout out to Purple. Shout out to Purple Beats on the fire ass beat. It's all good. Check it out later. Information is timeless. You can check it out later. What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Super dark on this Black Friday here in Rochester, New York, where there's a black cloud always overhead, even when it's sunny. But through those sun rays, you know, it's still, the good still comes through. But it's definitely a Black Friday here in Rochester, and it's a slow go. And just like that lady right there across the street is angry at the light pole. I just witnessed somebody smack the mirror on the bus crossing the street. You know? What's good, Rick James, Groveland Girl, Brother Cuts. Shout out to Fake Michael, Real News, which his name isn't Michael, but, you know. Shout out to Will Turbot, Go He, Angel. Shout out to StreamYards with the first comment. And everybody else who checks this out and checks it out later. You know, it is what it is, man. And let me go back this way real quick. So shout out to Purple Beats. You know, just subscribe to Purple Beats if you like the beats. You know, the usual. And you know, last night, 3 o'clock on the dot, what down? The eyeballs opened, and I said, "Let me look at the time." I already know what time it is because when I awoke, I was already awake. You know, I woke up and I was already awake. You know, it was That's what's been going on. So I literally wake up, my eyes don't need to adjust. They're already adjusted. You know, it's like I never even was sleeping, but I was, because I know I woke up. And then I was like, all right, well, let me look at the clock. 3 o'clock on the dot. I said, yep. Let it rip. And then the streaming just started just going crazy again, man. And I don't know what it is, but you know, just streaming. Beautiful, man. Just so many thoughts and just puzzle pieces and things being put together, you know, shit like that, you know. And yeah, so it's beautiful. But checking on some shit around here. So yeah, but yeah, just streaming, man. Like I said, I can't put it all into perspective and pieces right now to get it out, because that's what it's actually all about. You know, it's all about our communication, what we're connected to, you know, everything. And you can't even put it in words, you know, and that's where we're coming to where you just can't put it into words. It's just knowing and understanding just becomes knowing, and that's it. You just know. You don't even got to understand it. You just know. There no words can put it in perspective, and you know that's what I'm starting to get. You know, and that's why I put on the title of this video. Hold on, because I always forget my exact fucking words of, you know, my exact words of the video, the title of the video. Let me look at my other phone. So, not to mention all the other rhetoric. Walmart co-worker describes Walmart shooter as paranoid but not violent. All right, forget about the part that you know. Forget about that part, the feminine part. You forget about all that. But you know, the title of my video is I wasn't thankful yesterday at all. You know, I wasn't thankful. Nothing to be thankful for, nothing to even really, you know, that's why, you know, last year, you know, I went and gave out, you know, some things, stuff like that, but I gave out food. It was beautiful. I felt amazing. And I thought about doing it this year, but I'm like, well, last year, the universe already told me there will be enough people already doing that, so I don't need to do that. So then I was like, well, I have a piggy bank, and like I got a lot of ones. So let me just go give out, you know, ones. And then it was like, you know what? I don't even want to do that, because I'm still doing and trying to do something on a day that is technically a, you know, it's a ritual. Any way you want to look at it, it's a ritual. There's no spiritual significance of yesterday at all, not even in a planetary alignment. There literally is nothing. Yesterday is a day of nothingness. So I was like, fuck that. I just didn't do anything. Didn't even want to make a video or nothing. Didn't want to go live, nothing, because it's a day of nothing. I don't want to create some titles, you know, like, you know, I'm not a part of it. And, you know, I sent some shout outs to people like Texas, but just let them know that, you know, rebuke this day, you know, spend time with your family, but rebuke this day. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? Spend time with family, you know, patching up old wounds with people, man. That was the most greatest thing that I could ever did. But I had to go down to that world to do it. But I know what I did. I know why I did it, you know, because it had to be done, you know, because that in my heart, that's where I'm at with it. So, you know, it was just a day not to acknowledge anything to do with that. Plus, I don't eat this shit anyway, so, you know, it was basically an ordinary day for me. And, you know, that's how I looked at it. So I wasn't thankful for shit. Don't want to be thankful. Why the fuck we got to be thankful? Think about it. Why we got to be thankful on their day that they created? We should be thankful every fucking day. And that's how I've been living. So, you know, it is what it is. In my mind, I know that it is what it is. I'm not thankful for anything, you know, because we're still playing the game. Unbeknownst to us, you know, we have to really realize what we're doing, you know. And I'm going to continue to use the word spirituality, but I got to draw the line with me, with spirit. I'm not on a spiritual journey, you know. I'm no longer spiritual, you know. And why? Is because the word, you know, we got to really, the only way to get out of what we're in is to undo the spell. And we can't keep spell casting, no matter how we want to look at it. This is why we can't come together, guys. It has nothing to do with anything, beliefs, and all this shit. You know what it boils down to when you get it all the way down to the bottom? When you break it down, and this is the shit that's been coming to me, is we're casting spells on each other. They know this. We're casting, this is why we can't come together. This is why people are asphyxiated into their own belief system, is because of a spell that we're casting upon each other. And we can't understand each other because we all are at a frequency, but we're all divided because of words, because of the spell, the energy behind those words. That's why people wonder why we can't this and that, because people are tied down to a belief system. Even spirituality, people can't get along. Because what is everybody talking about? Oh, spirit. I use it too. You know, I use it too. But it's like the vegan term. I'm vegan, but I don't use that term because I'm not vegan. All right? I just do that so people understand how I eat. All I know is I'm aware of what goes inside of the physical being that I am. So just like with spirituality, I gotta say, you know, spiritual, but I'm not on that. I'm not in a spiritual journey. And that's why I'm gonna be clear on what I'm trying to say. I'm not on a spiritual journey anymore. I'm not spiritual at all, because what we are embodying and coming into, we can't even put this shit into words. And that's why it's so difficult. And for me to sometimes explain something, because you can't explain it. You got to feel it. And this is why I've been doing a lot of the shit that I'm doing it. Not because, you know, what it looks like, is because I need to feel it, because I can't put it into words. And then by the actions, it shows other people and maybe ignites something, that light in them of understanding, you know? And what this all is just so hard to put into words, because this is how it's designed. We can't put this shit into the words, you know? And how to undo this spell, we got to keep doing what we're doing, of course, to undoing. But once we get to a certain level, we got to move past that. You know, there is a spirituality, false prophet. You know, be careful of false prophet. One of them is spirituality. You know, because when you break down the word spirituality, you're like, yo, hey, how the fuck is a spirit gonna be spiritual? You know, I'm not spiritual. No, I'm not that no more. I don't want that label, because that's actually hindering what I actually am, because I'm putting words on it. I'm casting a spell on it, because people always say the English language is a spell, but actually don't actually look at the spell, understand the spell, and stop doing that. You know, I know in my life for a fact, because of my mind and moving energy with my mind and not using their words, and when I actually do, you know, maneuver, before in my mind, I already understand and know that when I compute this to somebody, all right, to make them understand, I got to switch the words up a little bit, switch them around and put them in a different perspective so they understand. You know, one thing we got to know is when we're doing this and you're speaking to somebody, if you're dropping jewels, I've usually anybody I talk to, we're at least going an hour. and sometimes it ends up being 4 or 5. Then you know you're vibing and you're building. If you're ever talking to somebody and you're getting a message out, a frequency out, whatever you want to call it, because we can't even put words on it. If they come with a whole different topic, like, yeah, oh yeah, and then they go with their topic, you're really not building anything. You're really not computing anything to each other. All you guys are doing is shooting a stream across each other. Y'all both already understand this, but through the language, which is a barrier, all right, we're not even connecting like that. You know, and I've learned this because it's people around me that are actually coming to the same understanding. And you know what? The conversations change to where it's you go, I go. As you're going, we stop, we break down and go. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how conversation, that's how the law is. That's how law is clarified. So even in our communications, we ain't communicating right, guys. We really not, you know? And this is why when I communicate with people really deep, I have to stop, say, hold on. Because sometimes, oh yeah, I get what you, no, like, stop. No, you got to get it all in. You got to suck it in. You got to get it. No, I said, hold that thought. Wait a minute. And then only you start to connect. Then only the understanding starts to come. Then only a day or two later or a week later, yo, I get what you were saying. You know, because what we're doing is we're firing a frequency, and those frequencies is a positive or negative and negative. It's not a positive and a negative. What I mean by that is a positive coming and the negative being a neutral. It doesn't have to be a negative like thought or a negative answer or a negative question. Like when you're talking to somebody, if you're talking to somebody or somebody's talking to you, somebody's giving off a positive. So you even in a negative kind of, I can't put it in like words, but a negative connection, it's not really negative, but you got to know, okay, I'm the negative, I'm the receiver of this information, and therefore I got to compute it back. And now we have a perpetual balance of exchanging a frequency of energy and communication. You know, people get all caught up in all this stuff, and then you got other people who think they're all like all these words and shit, but they're just a walking, talking dumbass. And I may sound like a walking, talking dumbass. Like I said, it's hard to put this into perspective, what I'm trying to say, but some people are going to get it. And I'm going to go way deeper into this shit and way more, you know, into it so people can understand. But this is what we're doing to each other. It's a lack of communication on a frequency that we're on, because we're still using the language, the spell that has been casted, all right, trying to communicate. It don't fucking work. This is why we have all these troubles. We all have the same frequency in our heart, but we can't get it out. We can't compute it to each other. Think of the so-called truth community. We all on the same page. Why are we divided more than the fucking sheep? The sheep are more in line than we are, and they're asleep, dumb, dead, and just conforming with the world. Here we go. We're all doing the same shit in the same sense, but we can't compute to each other. So what do? We fight. My information is better than your information. I'm bigger than you. I know more than you. And people say it's ego, man. Ego, no, we got to get off of that. All this stupid ass new age spirituality garbage has infested our reality, has distorted our rhythm. You know, this new age spirituality was just another form of religion. Just look up the words. How can a spirit be spiritual and into spirituality? It's a new fucking religion. It's a belief. It's that simple. And why are we going that way? Because we're being casted into this way. Words are the most important thing. All right. And of course, they're backed by, that's when gematria comes into play. They're backed by the numbers. That's why it's A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why it's in an order. It's an order because that order is to keep us under this spell, this artificial ass, fucked up ass reality that we're in, because it is artificial. All right. You know, it is, and it's just so and what you begin to come into is can't put this shit into word. It's like a bird. You know, the bird. Look at how beautiful a bird is and what it does. Well, goddamn, it ain't a fucking bird. It just is what it is. Look at a tree. Look what a tree can do. You know, we don't even see the bottom of the tree where it all happens at. We don't see that shit. As above, so below. The tree is a tree underneath as it is above. You know, and that's how we are. You know, how can we understand anything and we can't even see our fucking self? You know, we can't even see ourselves. One eye in your head and the other eye in the head gives you two eyes, but your actuality is, if you look at your reality, it's one eye. Your two eyes combine in one. You know, you see perfectly in one lens through two fucking windows. Like, how does that even work? You know? I mean, the shit goes so beyond so like crazy. Just cover up one of your eyes. Now you got one eye. Cover up the other one. Now you got one eye. Now open them back up. How the fuck do those two eyes come into one? You know? And that lets you know that we're all one, not one like in the spiritual content, not one. We're all observing this reality in a different place in the fucking universe all together anyway. You know? We really, truly, and definitely are. You know? I can't observe myself. You know? Nobody can observe themselves at all. You know, when you think about how deep that is, we can't even observe ourselves. You know? And remember, I don't know nothing, all right? I'm a person that knows nothing, all right? I can't, because I'm no thing, you know? And, you know, it's just crazy, man, that, you know, that we do this to each other, unbeknownst, man. And it's this English fucking language. The only thing that unearths this whole thing, when you get down to the very, very, how do we change this shit? Guess what, guys? It's the motherfucking language. That's the massive spell that's over everybody. It's the language. All we got to do is look at where we're at now. They're creating all these fucking words to do what? Enslave us farther. Terrorist, anti-this, he, she, that. All these labels and shit. All this shit. Look what's come up in the past couple years. Anti-this and that. They know what the fuck they're doing because they have this spell. And they have these. The spell is casted with, obviously, numerology, okay? And what it does is it brainwashes people, because how do these people regurgitate the same shit that they hear in the media? Well, it's the fucking spell, all right? It's the spell and it's words. They're using words and language to fuck us over and keep dividing us. That's what it all goes down to, because what people feel and understand, you can't even put it into fucking words, you know? What we're seeing right now with the crazy shit, you don't have words for it. It's unexplainable because it's all a spell. We're moving in a fucking spell, and we got to go above and beyond that, you know? And people got to get out of the spiritual and spirituality and shit, because no, what you're coming into is just what is. It's just simply knowing. You know shit. You know shit. You ain't even got to explain it. You know, when you know things, there's no explaining it, because you ain't no use of explaining it. And you know, I learned this by remaining silent, because some things you can't explain. It just has to be. And then understanding your voice, you know, and understanding spiritual, spirit, breath, you know, breathing, air, you know, spirit. That's what we truly are. We're a spirit. You know, when you start looking at these words, we're using them wrong. Life. Like, I don't want to live life no more, because when you look at the word life, what the fuck are we doing? Man, we all tell me, yeah, I just want to live life. I want to enjoy life. You know, I want the spiritual life. You look up the fucking word life. You don't want life, you know? And the actual definitions of the origin of the word, that's where we go wrong. They even showing you what the word was, what it turned into when you actually break it down. How does it turn into something? These motherfuckers have casted the spell. Because when you go with the words before, those are the words that make sense. And then you begin to understand the study in different languages, because no other language can unravel the spell but the English language to which the spell's been casted. This is how they've taken over every fucking thing in this reality. It's by fucking contracts. This same concept, you know? It's mind blowing, man. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments because I'm trying to stream this information through right now, and then I'll come to the comments afterwards. You know, because I'm trying to put this in an explanation, you know, of what I'm talking about on how important the words are. And some people say, oh, no, it's the words. It's how you use them. It's the intention. No, it's fucking not. It's the actual words. No matter how that bitch comes out. Yeah, it is an intent from your heart behind it, right? But you got to know. You just don't fucking run around using these words and with no, you know, with nothing behind them, you know? I mean, it's hard to explain that shit, you know? It's really, truly hard to explain that. Well, you know, I just use those words, and I do it too, so I could get people to understand it. But when it's time to, when you there, when you know, and I know, now it's time to fire and pick them words off. Like Thanksgiving, fuck that day, you know? The next big one is Christmas. But here's the thing, Christmas has a significance in our being and also in our reality because it has to do with the movement of the sun. All right. And this is why I think they gave us Christmas, because they had to hide the fact that at some point in our life, it's going to affect us to where we're going to understand this shit. So they give us Christmas. You know, that's really one of the only holidays in Easter that really have any significance in our life. New Year's, that's a corporation shit. That has nothing to do with any of our lives. That's why people make a New Year's resolution and it 100% always is over in a few months. Because in a time where there's no kind of manifestation, there's no planetary alignments, it's meaningless, it's nothingless, and that's what happens. You know, your best time is in the solstice, in the real new year, in spring, in the beginning, in Aries, you know, which means arise. It's just that's when you make those changes and they actually stick. You start, you know, if you want to train, if you want to eat better, whatever you want to do, your outlook in that time is when that shit grows and prospers. You know, not in the fucking middle of January 1st and shit. That's their shit. They get you caught in that. And they know that you're at your weakest fucking point, coming off a birth, and then they give you a new year. What the fuck? That shit is so stupid. You know? Coming off with a birth, you know? And that's why Christmas is one of the most loving, sad times, because it has so much energy involved with it, because it has to do with above. So therefore, if you're in a negative aspect or you're in a positive aspect, it's going to affect you. You're either going to be feeling some type of way or you're going to be really happy and giving. That's a real time of the year. You know, that's the time you do, if you want to give back, you know, that's the time to do it. The giving and receiving is moving, because that's when the sun makes its, you know, return. You know? So, I mean, that's the thing. So I don't want to be spiritual no more. I don't want to live life no more, because the shit's all fucking wrong. It's all wrong. It's all backwards, and we're casting spells. Therefore, we keep on fucking putting ourselves in a fucking hole. And we got to realize, as we go up and we progress in our understanding of knowing, which is just knowing what is, you know, we gotta come to that conclusion, and we gotta stop, or come to this understanding and say, hey, look, even if you have to compute these words, you have to change your way of portraying these words. Then only do people start to understand and come in. And then after that, you got to pull the rug from under them and say, yo, look, you know, I mean, these words truly mean this, and, you know, this means that. And, you know, I mean, you're here, you understand now. And the motherfuckers be like, damn, I never looked at it like that. And then if you are you around someone with that understanding, now guess what? You just look. You could just look. And it becomes like a twin effect. Like a twin effect. Now imagine if mad people had this twin effect where you just, you know, and I have that with my brother. Shout out to Metaphysical Minds. We have that. And we starting to understand this together. And it's like, yo, man, we can't even explain this shit, but we just know. and we just laugh. And we actually, the other week, a few days ago, we talked to an old friend of ours. And it was like, we were like literally twins bouncing off each other. He would say what was on my mind. I would say what on his mind. And then actually the other person would say some shit that we've been building on that they really don't have no understanding of. But that's the universe letting you know that your energy and your abilities are actually working, because how the fuck he don't know nothing about what we talking about, but he computes some shit that we both know about. And then he don't even realize what he said. And then we gotta just, hey, look, you know what you just said? Yeah, what I say? Oh, shit, I didn't even pay attention to that. Damn, I don't even know why I said that. And now this is how this shit works, man. It's like this morning I was talking to my son about something. And all of a sudden, phone call, text, phone call came, text came, and we were talking about the same thing, and it all intertwined together. You know, it was crazy. I got a text of exact situation we were talking about, and then got a phone call, you know, some random shit, and they was like, this was a complete stranger. Told my son, oh my God, you're beautiful. Thank you for your help. And I'm like, Jesus, the word we were just talking about in another language, which is beautiful, she just computed, and that's never even happened for her. It was a customer. And they just said out of the blue, oh, you're beautiful. And I look at my son, he's smiling like, look, this is what we're talking about exactly. Everything in line. 3 different instances has nothing to do with each other, but look how the universe connected it all. And I said, that has nothing to do with language. That's just shit that happens. And when you know that stuff happens in your life that line up, and you're like, how does this happen? It doesn't even involve words. You know, it don't even involve words. You know, the feelings you get, when some shit happens that you can't explain. It ain't words. You like, shit. And why you can't explain it? Because words can express this power. You know, that's why like art is so beautiful. That's why like dancing and music and talent are so beautiful. Because you can't they're not words being spoken. You know? They're not words being spoken. Some music with lyrics is so dope. Even bullshit ass hip hop. You know, if you look at it, it's like, yo, they switch words up, they change words up. The shit sounds cool as hell. You know, if it's some positive shit, it's thrown together in a different way. Words are changed. That lets you know. Think about this shit. Why do you think they want rappers talking about bullshit all the time long? Because they know through music, you can manipulate and change words and sway a whole goddamn people, because you're tapping in on a frequency of sound and breath, because voice is breath, vocals is breath. You know, this shit is so powerful. And then again, all you got to do is look at what they're doing. Look at all these new words they got. How come there's so many new genders and they want you to know about it? Because they're casting motherfucking spells on our ass to further fuck us over. So now when we speaking, look at freedom of speech is at, why is freedom of speech attacked? You got to really go deep and think about this shit. That ain't got nothing to do with, they don't give a fuck what we talking about. They don't want us to connect, right? They don't want us to connect. They need us divided, divisioned. Why do they want us divided? All right? Or divisioned? Because our vision, they need to take it away, you know? And this is what they're doing, man. This is exactly what you're doing. You know, this is what they're fucking doing to us, man. They're using the same shit they've always used, and they're changing the fucking words. Definitions are changing. Meanings are changing. They want this. They're passing laws and shit. Why are they doing this? Because we're figuring this shit out. And they need to keep us under this fucking dark, deep ass spell where we keep spell casting on each other. Because they know the English language is the language that enslaved the world, is the devil's language, is the evil language. All right? Evil. Fucking live backwards. Live. You know, I don't want to live life. Look at the word life. I mean, it's disgusting. It really, truly is. And now, understanding this shit, you actually could look at the words and the definitions tell you what it once was and what it is now. Well, damn, why is it the opposite? You know? Because we're bound by them. Isn't it crazy? Bound means what? Tie up, bound, hindered. But the original word bound means to fucking to leap, to spring upward, you know, to rebound, you know, to make a noise, sound, you know, a horn, beat, drum, you know, an echo back. That was bound, you know. When something echoes back to you, it's a reflection of yourself. They turn bound into being bound and tied to. I mean, shit, when you look at these words, it's crazy. Why are there so many fucking meanings? And they use this word in law. They use it in contracts. You're bound to this contract. Well, damn. We thought we signed up for this. No, bitch. Read it closely. You know? Read it closely. And now run your shit. You know? And now what happens? Well, through contracts, people know that, damn, we did do it. Fuck, we're fucked. We don't like it. We're going to war. Or we don't like it. We're having a conflict. You know? Or we got to lay down. Or take this money, bitch, and shut the fuck up, because this is what we got. You know? And that's what they do, man. You know, it's so crazy, man. It really is, you know. It really is crazy. And, you know, coming into these understandings, we got to know. That's why I said, I'm not on the spiritual path no more. I'm not on that. You know, I'm not on that. You know, I can't be, because we say that we're hindering our growth. You know, we're hindering our growth. We're hindering our growth. You know. All right, now check this out. The word spiritual, right? This is the origin, 1300s. For some reason, right around 1300 is when they switched all this shit up. I'm sure gematria, you know, other people know what the fuck the number 13 represents and 1300s, whatever the fuck happens. I don't know. All I know is the information that comes to me, and I know right around 1300, 1200, 1300, in these eras is when this shit, they started switching up fucking words. English language comes into play. You know, the spells, whatever fucking energy, whatever planetary alignments were in there. I mean, this is what we're under. And you got to understand, you know, we're under that now. All you got to do is look at, you know, it's undoubtable when you look at what they're doing right now. Freedom of speech. It's all about freedom of speech. Censorship. You know, why do they want to suppress voices and words and shit? You know, because they know we're coming up out of this, and because we have an understanding, we're going to start to figure out words. They know people are figuring out wordplay and all this understanding this shit. People are fucking up, getting into the legal shit, so understanding what the fucking bonds we've been in. So now they got to switch it all up. That's why these motherfuckers come out and say, own nothing to be happy. We're going to change your entire fucking reality. You know, your religious belief means nothing. They can say that because it's a concept. They created it, you know? It's a concept. Religion is a concept. Oh shit, there goes my fucking phone holder shit. Religion is a concept, you know, spirituality is a concept. You know, that's what it is. We put names on some shit that just already is. You know? It just already is that. And you can't put words on it, you know? It's like in your mind. If you actually stopped and listened to your mind chatter, you would realize the mind that talks to you gives you actual like language, all right? Language that makes you understand. It's not like a language to where you normally, it's not even, if you really stopped and listened, I listen to my mind chatter, words are left out, points are just given to you, and it's like, oh shit, because the thought comes to you, and then yeah, we were taught this fucked up ass English language, but it comes to our mind and we unravel it in our mind. And we're like, oh shit, I figured it out. I figured the shit out. You know, I've never been one to be able to read instructions. I can't follow instructions. You know what I'm saying? I can't follow words on a fucking paper. I need to see a video or I'll figure that shit out myself. I've always been like that. I don't read instructions. You know, it's fucking hard for me to figure out instructions. I don't know why. My brain just don't compute like that. And now I understand it's because, well, fuck, you know, That's probably why I was always expelled at school. I was expelled, all the fucking time, because it just didn't work. Their shit ain't work on us. And that's what we got to also understand is if their shit didn't work on us, we need to come into an understanding that we have and come together collectively without attachments of a belief system, which boils down to some shit we learn from language. That's our barrier right there, guys. That's all it is. Because look how we can all come together, all different walks of life. We're doing it. Those that energies has brought us together. All right. Look what we believe in. Everybody believes in some different shit, but we're there. I know why I'm going. I know why I meet and bond and connect with people. I can't put it into fucking words. The feeling is what people have felt when we've gotten together. It's that feeling, that understanding. It doesn't even, you can't put it into words. We can't. Every time we come together, the beauty, we can't put it in fucking words. That lets us know again, it's something greater than fucking words, And why do they want to silence us? Because we figuring this shit the fuck out. And we will begin to unravel their bullshit by understanding these words. And we haven't been taught the English language. Honestly, we've been taught and I wish I did learn this part because I would understand more, because now I'm starting to learn, prefix, suffix, and all these, words and pre-words and, words, adjectives and pronouns and all this other shit. Why do they call them pronouns? Why do they, you start breaking this shit down. It's like, holy shit, these motherfuckers are moving energy through letters and fucking numbers, and it's hindering us and our ability to everything, Because when you look at their greatest technologies that they use, they hide this shit from us. It's not even, it's in my belief and opinion, all right, because I don't know the facts, that technology they use in these phones and the super technology that we don't know about, that shit ain't in anything to do with English language. It's not, by far. I don't know what they're using, and they'll never let us know what the fuck they're using. But years ago, when they had that text shut off iPhone text message, it had nothing to do with anything that I've ever seen on this planet before. It looked like some Transformer shit. But you copy paste it, stick it on, you text somebody, they phone resets. That's some software that they kind of put out there to let us know, this is what we use. This is the type of shit we use. Nobody ever figured this shit out. Does that, people make all kind of shit. Is there anybody that's making any kind of technology in their basement, like a cell phone? Has anybody created a fucking old cell phone and created a cell phone? Hell, fuck no. Because we ain't even nowhere close to understanding that type of technology. Is there anybody that is taking some old shit and creating a signal, a new signal? Hell nah. We are cut off from understanding that shit. I mean, think about it. Has anybody took a piece of glass and made some type of liquid crystal display? Hell, fuck no. They keep that shit hidden from us. So, this stuff is like I said, I might be losing people. Like I said, I don't know. This shit, just so much shit been just flooding my fucking brain. Like I had just, only sleep I got was the night before the fucking ritual day Thursday. I got a little bit of sleep, but last night, same shit, 3 a.m. All I got to do is, I know it's going to be a 3, a 6. It's going to be 9s involved. It'll be 333. It'll be 313. It'll be some shit that I just look at I already know what time it is. It's like, wow, this shit is always, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to stream. Let's get it. My mind just goes and just goes. It's like non-stop, so many different things, man. I don't know where the fuck I be. When I wake up, it's like I'm already up, heart's racing. It's like I was somewhere. I don't know where the fuck I was at, what I was doing. All I know is I wake up and I'm wide the fuck awake, streaming. It's like I just was like, boom, popped in this real. Okay, now I'm here. I can literally I'm like, no, there's no tiredness. There's no sleepiness. My eyes are fully fucking adjusted already. You know how when you wake up from sleep, you're like, oh man, what's going on? No, I'm like I was like I just blinked. You know, that's how I'm waking up, and it's just fucking mind blowing, man. But like I said, I'm not on a spiritual journey anymore because spiritual, the word that they got us spell casted under, right, is of or concerning the spirit. Why the fuck would I want to be spiritual when I am the spirit? You know? And then you go to the word, all right, I go to of or concerning the spirit. Go to the word concern, you know? And then see what they're telling you, you know, that they have put you under. And this is how you begin to unravel this shit. Because if you're a spirit, right? If you're a spirit, why do you need to be spiritual? That is all religion. All shit we talk about religion. Now we're saying, oh yeah, we're on our spirituality, spiritual growth. I do it too, but I do it as an understanding. But now I understand. You know, that's why I don't want to be that no more. And I'll still use it, but people don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not spiritual no more. You know, I just am in the process of knowing. You know, that's it. And knowing is knowing absolutely fucking nothing, but understanding the reality that we're actually living in. You know, like I said, the word breaks down to concerning the spirit. You know, and then you got to go down to concern. It's in regard, reference. You know, which that relates to or pertains to one. You know, so they're telling us that when we go on the path of spirituality, we're leaving our spirit, all right? We're going into something else, and we're focusing on that, and we're taking away from our spirit. Point blank, you know, period. You know, and I mean, that even goes into, you know, solicitous regard, sense of an establishment for the transaction of business. Start getting into this stuff, you know, and you really start understanding. And then it's got the word con in it, which makes it even worse. You know, how could the hell spirituality, that word has, I mean, that word that we all say, which actually does affect us. Look around the religion, guys. You can't say this shit isn't a spell. How the fuck are these people into a book that makes no fucking sense? All these books that make no sense. You know, think about this shit. And this is why, like, Taoist, Buddhist, shaman, which shaman comes from Buddhist. Why you think they couldn't put shit into words? There wasn't nothing to put in words. It's just what it was, and that's what it was. You know, it's just a concept. We had to start putting things into a concept. All right, concept, perception. You know. If it's a concept, it's not. It's a concept. You got construct. Think of all these words with con in it. You know. I mean, it's fucked up, man. When you start looking at this shit, it's like, damn, man, we're fucking each other up every day and don't even know it. You know, con simply means to swindle. So they got con in front of all these words. You know, con, a guide to a ship, steering of a ship. That means somebody else is in control of a vessel. There you go. So when you think these things like conceive, why do you think they tell a baby's conceived? The baby ain't fucking conceived. They just tell you it's conceived. You know, oh, you're conceived. You know? And the con means together, coming together. Well, something was already there. Now you're bringing something in. So now you have something together. And then you're conning, contracts. You know, look at all this shit. It all is exactly what the fuck's going on. You know, it's so deep, even I don't understand it. But I could tell you, it's all being done through our English fucking language. All right. If people say, oh, well, there was tyranny and shit before the English language. No, they were just letting motherfuckers know what time it was. There was no trickery. It was, bitch, you're a slave. That's how it's being ran, motherfucker. You don't see this big ass sword and all these heads laying on the fucking ground. No. They got away from that. I was like, oh, we're going to do this magic and spell, and people will just, you know, enslave themselves and won't even know it'll be an illusion. We can get everything and gain everything. We've lost in every fucking We've lost in every faction of reality this entity in societies and for since the beginning of time. We feel we can win it this time, and this is where we're at. This is where we're at, you know. And then on a different plane of existence, he goes into what even are we even sitting here dealing with, So it's just a lot of stuff, man, So, yeah, so I'm not spiritual no more. I'm not on that journey. I'm off of it because it gets into a belief and it ends up into a religion. If you look at spiritual people or, the love and light spiritual communities and shit, that's exactly what it is, a fucking religion. You can't tell them shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's the same shit as Christianity, same thing as fucking the Muslim religion. It's the same thing as all the fucking religions and beliefs. The same thing as the science religion. It's the same thing and all that shit. We're putting it into a concept, putting it in our mind, and we're going with it. When shit just is what it is. And then when you actually have this understanding, you can just look at shit and be like, that shit can't be right. Think of the mind. How's the mind going to create some shit like that? And we're supposed to, the power of the mind. Think about this shit. As powerful of the mind as the mind is, okay, and knowing where the all comes from, meaning all information, why the fuck is there a book? Why the fuck is there a book? And we know for a fact before the book, it was some shit that was just mentally came to us. Understandings, It was just understandings that came to us, and then they put it in a fucking book. When you look at it, you're like, okay, look, here's a fucking object. People are actually in an object, have put themselves in they have took themselves out of their physical fucking spaceship, cargo ship, vehicle, body, being, whatever it is, took their spirit, put it into the object of a book, read the book with their mind and voice, okay, breath, which they're already the spirit, okay, and put that into their fucking reality. Right there, cancel out any logic and any reasoning to an understanding fucking being. Doesn't even make sense. A shit is outside of you, and you take that. And then, like the Hebrew Israelites, shout out to the Hebrew Israelites, but we all got the same understanding, but I didn't go to the book. How do you explain that shit? How do you? That lets you know that it wasn't never in the book. The book helped you with this understanding, but you still leave it in the fucking book. Therefore, you have hate because you haven't gone into your own being, to realize what you truly are. It's that simple. It's really that simple. And then through all those words, you've bonded yourself, conned yourself, right, into the fucking biblical book, It just is what it is, man. We playing a game of moving energy, and through words, they've got us. They've got us back against the wall, communicating fucked up. Think about it, and think about they're showing us on our phones with emojis. We could send an emoji. We know what the fuck's going. We know what each other's saying. That's not words. Think about it. But we can't sit there and emoji each other to deep understand, unravel this bullshit. Think of why they got you wearing a mask. Oh, there's another one. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet. We got to censor you. But wear a mask, because that's going to disconnect you from your fellow being, because the emotions, the emoticons that the face makes shows you your inner being, what the fuck time it is. Because we all saw it in people's eyes. Everybody wearing that diaper. Why we can all see fear. Even when they're smiling, we can see fear in their fucking eyes. It's because we have this ability to understand what's happening without words. It's just like gematria. We can pick up through numbers, and then just connect the words on top and come out. It's like me. I don't use gematria, but I can look at it from shit and I figure out some shit without using it. But then I could look at shit that gematria uses, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know this and know that. And boom, I get the understanding too. And still, I didn't even look at the numbers. They gave it to me because we're tapped in to an understanding that truly I don't know about. No one really knows about, but we know it's something there and we're communicating, you know? And that's what's so dope about this shit. You know? That's exactly right. As I look at the comments now, John Bryan, you can still be spiritually awakened. And that's why I don't want to be spiritual no more. Because a lot of these spiritual motherfuckers are asleep like a bitch. They are asleep like a motherfucker. I'm talking dead. They're worse than the sheep. They're worse than the fucking sheep. And it's like, yo, I can't, we ain't on the same frequency. We're not on the same frequency. And when you get this understanding, it becomes less words. You become more silent. And then when you're silent and someone else is silent with you, y'all understand a whole lot of shit together, you know? And like I said, shout out to Metaphysical Minds. I got to call my brother today and tell him about all this fucking information streaming through, man. Because, you know, he'd been bouncing. He's a shaman, which is nothing but he tapped into like Taoism and Buddhism, you know? And, you know, we've been kind of like, you know, we've been ironically at the same time, we're connecting more, hanging out like together more physically in the physical, spending an hour. The other day we was together for like 8 hours and it didn't even feel like enough time. And I'm like, man, I didn't get shit done those days, but it's worth it because this is above all, you know, this, whatever it is. I'm not putting no fucking, you know, where it's not no spiritual journey. I don't know what the hell this shit is because we're already spirit. So I'm not gonna be spiritual because I'm taken away from the fucking spirit. Point blank, period. And I know I'm not talking at night. I'm not my breath is not speaking to me at night. That shit is streaming to me. You know? It's streaming right to me. And I'm not, you know, I'm just taking it. I'm thinking like, okay, how can I even get this out? I can't. I just gotta, you know, I gotta talk and people just gotta get it. And then eventually when we get there, we're gonna understand. And I do believe that at some point we're gonna tap into a different form of communication. And that communication might be telepathy. With all this fucked up ass technology we got, we might do that. Because I could be talking and doing something and then a text will come through and I'm like, well, obviously I was talking about this person, so I'm gonna pick this phone up and I know it's gonna be them. And boom, it is. So that means there's some type of communication that we are tapped into that we will eventually get there. I think we just gotta lose this fucking chains. And one of these chains is this English language. It's like, what? But how do we do it? We gotta get there as an understanding, meaning we gotta break down the emotions tied to these words. And that's what I've done in my own life over the years. As I've realized, you know what? They have a certain frequency that is in these words. So I need to fall back on certain words I use and the way I use them and the energies I put out with them. You know, and I've done that over the years and now it's starting to make more sense. But once you get past that, now it's like, okay, that was to get them to this point. Now it's time to simply go beyond that. And it's going to be hard for people to figure that out at first. Like, damn, what the fuck is he talking about? And then it'll come later. Like, oh my God, I get it. And then if you cipher it for people, I can just be like to people like, yo, well, that's why, remember this situation you had? Da-da-da, this and that, this and that. That's why, listen, if you're talking to somebody and they ain't listening to you, how do you know they're not listening? Because their response is going to be something that you ain't even fucking talking about. Therefore, you either gotta tell them, like, look, listen, we on this topic, like, yo, you know, we got this understanding, but we gotta get on the fucking frequency. I know you got a lot inside, and I got a lot inside, but look, we're building. Therefore, our inside and stuff we know and the stuff we're going through, we gotta like put that over here. But while we're building, we build on here. Once we form this line of communication, now you inject that and I inject that. We have our perspectives. We go into each other's perspectives and bounce back and forth. And then boom, we both got to understand. And guess what? We sleep on it. We come back and everybody like, yo, that shit was fucking man, I didn't get it to the next day, or I get it now, I understand now, you know. And this is what we got to do, because our communications is fucked up, guys. It truly is. This is why we can't come together. This is why people that have awakened are so divided, because we're locked in some other shit, some other beliefs, some other understandings, you know. And then people say ego, but it's not ego. It's actually on their path of learning and knowing, they found this and they're holding it. And now it's just like how they were asleep before. They're holding on to that. Therefore, they can't break through, even though that, damn, man, that motherfucker got some good points. But I got to keep this and hold on to this because, man, you know, I don't know why, you know, I don't know why, you know, but fuck it. And then there's a problem, you know. And that's why I dwell with so many different people that fucking hate each other. You know, people, I know so many people in my own personal life, on the internet, everywhere, people that actually fucking hate each other, but I fuck with, you know, that I can rock out with, that we have a balance, you know, because I have learned, and like I said, I'm not nobody special. I don't know anything. What I do know is I know nothing, and I'm trying to know some things. That's it. That's all I can do, and all I can do is offer what comes to me, and that's it. And people can take it or leave it. And that's one thing I've learned, is I have to take myself, and this is highly obtainable. I mean, this is like, you know, this goes back into the teachings of, you know, Bhagavad Gita. You know, this comes into Satori, where you can place yourself outside of yourself and go inside somebody else and see from their perspective. You know, that's when you correct a lot of wrongs in yourself and begin to crush down and boom, and now you come back with love, because you take yourself outside of yourself, place you in somebody else's self. Because remember, when you know and understand that everybody's a reflection of each other, you have to know reflection. Look in the mirror, you see yourself, right? So when somebody comes and talks to you, there's an aspect of you that's in them that you have to see. So through talking and understanding, you could put yourself in those people's shoes. You know, you could put yourself in that situation and understand their perspective and understand where they're coming from, you know, and to be able to respond in a way that they're going to understand and they're going to respect and honor and be like, wow, and be balanced, because you're creating a form of communication, of understanding, and it's actually out of love, you know. And this is why I try to go back, and I want to like all the shit that I have that is unhinged and people are like, you know, that where there was static before, is say, yo, look, man, whatever's whatever, I love you, I understand, I get it, let's talk about it, let's chop it up, let's close it up. You know, like I want to do that with my kid's mom now that I haven't seen the kids. Like I want to get through that. I believe that it's possible, but I mean, it's be tough. And these are the struggles that we all go through any fucking way. But we haven't figured it out. Some of us hold that and we sitting with it. And we're like, fuck, man, this motherfucker's doing this to me, that me. No, man, we're doing it to our own fucking self, man. When we understand that we do shit to ourselves, life gets a whole lot easier. Shit gets a whole lot stressful, a lot less stressful. We do shit to ourselves, man. You know? And it's been a beautiful thing, man, to be able to overcome some of these things. And, you know, but again, it all comes to understanding this reality better. You know, understanding our words, fuck up shit. Understand the way we respond to things, fuck up shit in a relationship, in communications daily, you know. And sometimes silence is communication. You know, sometimes it's the best communication, you know, is silence. You know, because then you let that sit, you know, and it's still a communication flow, but guess what? It's a communication without energy. It's like a phone. You know how your phone will sit there or light's plugged in, but it ain't on? You know, the energy's there, but the light ain't fucking on. You know? The light's there, you can turn that bitch on and off. But it's still tied in. It's tied into that positive and negative charge, you know? And you have this ability, we have this ability to turn shit on, turn shit off. You know, and it's hard, but that goes where it goes to the whole emotion, man. Energy that has been put into motion by us, or we let somebody do it to us, you know? So it really is it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. But like I said, man, you know, this is just my path. This is what I believe. This is what I come to understand. And you know, I'm just sharing, man. And this is what it boils down to, man. It boils down to computing. And we have been taught to compute with fucked up ass English. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, you know, and so on and so forth. We've been taught that to sing that motherfucker, to count it, you know. They got to be in this order. It couldn't be fucking X, O, P, Z, S, T, you know, A, W, Y. It couldn't be like that. Why? Well, there's a fucking reason. It's an order. Why is there an order? Well, when you know what the word order means, you'll understand why there's a fucking order, right? Why there's an order. Orders are contracts. This shit was designed to put us in fucking bondage, and the entire fucking world is up under this shit, man. You know? It's up under this shit, man. And this is then you look. I mean, you could take the Chinese language. They want to switch this shit over to letters, man. They are in the process in Chinese of switching this shit over to letters. Arabic, Turkish. They've already Vietnamese. They done Vietnamese years ago. Vietnamese used to be characteristics. Now it's block letters. You know? I mean, this is what these people do. I mean, this is what this shit does. It's something with the letters. And remember, letters carry when they're written, they have angles, right? And pitches. They're pitched a different way. All right? So when the I's, they're pitched at different angles. And then when you compute them, you create what? You create a pitch in your voice. You know, they have different, you know, think about words. What we say, you know, A, E, I, O, U, you know, think about this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, you know, this shit is fucked up, man, how they got us, you know. It truly is amazing, man. It truly is, you know. It really is it's mind-blowing, guys. So, you know, like I said, I'm not looking at the comments because I'm just letting it flow. And I'll read the comments, you know, in a little bit. But I don't even know where I'm going. I was supposed to go somewhere. Oh, I know where I gotta go. My bad, guys. But yeah, just so much been coming to me, man, to like make me try to, you know, understand what the fuck is going on, you know. And it's like, it makes so much sense, man, because it's censorship, freedom of speech, creation of all these new words and terms and shit, because they cast in these deep ass spells. And we wonder why, you know, the liberals and shit, we wonder why people are like, have these fucking beliefs, is because they're being fucking casted spells up with these words, man. And these words these words are super duper fucking powerful. That's why they're pushing the transgender shit with all these new words and shit to just distort our fucking rhythm. If we're talking to somebody, the thoughts in people, and they know these were going to target the spiritual people, the people who have knows that something ain't right, who has this energy in them. Why is it going to these people? You know, why is it going to them, man? The free spirits. So they embody too much masculine. They body too much feminine. Now they like men, women like women. And now it's distorted to where you got a man that dresses like a woman being with a woman that dresses like a man, and vice versa. You got a man dressing like a fucking woman being with a fine ass woman. And then you got a fine ass woman being with a fine ass like a transgender man being with a fucking man that looks manly as some weird shit, man. Like I start seeing a lot of that shit. Like Like I'm like, yo, this fucking this girl is a fucking like butch looking dude, but she's with a dude and they together. It's like, yo, this shit is crazy, man. So how do you think what do you think they're just fucking up the energy? Now when you talk to people, their brains have already computed all these different terms in their mind. So they're confused, they're fucked up. So they're gonna cast that shit out there. So they look at you as not who you truly are, man. You know? And then the political spectrum, where they got all these new terms, you know? I mean, this is what they're doing, man. It's really fucked up, you know? It really is. So again, I'm not spiritual no more. I'm not into spirituality. That's not what it is. It's something bigger. Because spirituality is a fucking religion. It's a whole new religion that people are falling into, and you know, oh, it's love, it's light, it's this, it's astrology, it's charts, it's this, it's that, it's the third dimension, the second dimension, the fifth dimension, the fourth dimension. Man, what? Those are all concepts of understanding. You know, we just putting them into more boxes. It just is what it is, and we got to realize that. That's how you don't put nothing on it. It becomes obtainable to more people, and that's the type of shit they want. They want this shit out here. They push shit like that. Look at Ralph Smart. You know, look at Ralph Smart. They want people into that. That's a religion, man. You know, and he puts out dope ass information. It's beautiful, but it's beyond the scope of that. Way beyond the scope of that. You know, Ralph Smart. You know. Can I get a hello there? You know what I'm saying? That's that new age shit. You know? You know, if you're a spirit, you ain't got no business trying to be spiritual or practicing spirituality, man, because it's a concept. You know? You done took it out of you and put it into something else instead of keeping it in you. You know? So, you know, I mean, and it's another one. Okay. Life. Why I said I don't want to live life before I forget this shit. Well, go look up the fucking word life. You know, look up these words and then start breaking that shit down. You understand why they said you want to live life and live life to the fullest. Well, you're playing right into their hand because it means animated corporeal, right? Corporeal existence, lifetime, period between birth and death. That's what life is. So you saying you want to live life, you're just saying you want to live life, right? You're saying what it means is animated corporal existence. Now, why is that shit important? All right, I'm gonna bust it down for you. Because the first word in the definition of the etymology, which is the original word of life, is animated. What the fuck? Y'all shouldn't even have to break the word animated down for you. You know that's some artificial shit that isn't you. It isn't truly you. All right. So life is some animated shit. You know, if people don't believe words are important, look, I got no help for you. I can't help you. I don't know what to say. There's nothing. You know. So animated. Okay. This is how stupid this shit is. Means alive. Well, I'm just telling you what life means, and you shit. Live is even far off more detrimental. You know, animated, alive, past participle adjective from animate, right? The meaning mentally existed. So, and it also means to give breath to, which goes back to breath is spirit. So in reality is you're a spirit, you know, but you go outside, they put you into, you know, like I said, life, you know. So sorry about that. I'm probably getting dry. So life, animated corporeal existence, right? Now the word CORPOREAL, First off, you break it up, it has the word corp. We already know what that shit is. So if your life, life, the word life, we always say, oh, my life, my life. We cast this motherfucker all day long, every day, every day. You know, if it means animated corporal existence, what are we really doing? It's no doubt, it's undoubtable. I can't help you if you don't understand that words are fucking spells. All right, that we cast upon each other. That's why other languages, when you look at the real people, all right, they live righteous. You really look at the real people, these motherfuckers ain't what we've been told. You know, you look at other cultures that ain't got shit, they don't have nothing, they exist, they have their problems, but in reality, it's innately, it's good, it's heart, it's kindness. Why? You gotta ask yourself why. How the fuck are they living those squanders and be more civil, compassionate, loving, caring, and together than us who so-called have it all? Well, guys, bearer of bad news, it's because we cast spells upon each other all fucking day long. All right. And this is how we got to where the fuck we at. All right. Point blank, period. So again, life, animated, corporeal existence. All right. And what is corporeal? So if they says life means animated, corporeal, existent, corporeal is of a material or physical nature, not mental or spiritual. This is what you're saying when you want to live life. This is what they tell us. Oh, your life is so important. We're really saying, no, your life ain't important. You ain't mental or spiritual. I mean, this is what it means, guys. I'm not making this shit up. And it comes from corpus, body. You know what I'm saying? Appearance. You know? So what are we really doing? We're appearing to live life. All right. I mean, it just is what it is, man. And it has the word corp. I mean, we already know what the fuck that is. They use it in law, you know? They use it in law. Corp. Corpse. That means dead. You know, corp. You got corporation. You got corporate. You got corporatism. You know, corporative. All this stuff. You got corpus. I mean, it's crazy. You know? I mean, it's really crazy when you start looking at what we're doing. So how could life mean all this shit? You know? And then you look at the law, you know? And law, understanding law language, you can understand why they use a whole different language, because they understand that shit is a fucking curse. This is what it is. You know, because when you start breaking down the law words, now it starts to make sense. Like, damn, I get it now. Why is there two different fucking languages? And we know the whole law thing is a whole nother spell, and it's actually tied to religion. This is how the fuck anybody is inside of a book, which is an object, which is a concept outside of their own self. And they got to read it. And if they want to tell someone about it, they got to use their breath, which is the spirit. How the fuck does your in spirit embody you? And then a book comes after you begin to understand anything in life, because you're born and your first breath is breath. And now you're here in existence, and your last breath, you're out of this existence. How the fuck can a book pertain and run your motherfucking life? That is a concept. This is why we're headed into the direction we are in, because people don't know what the fuck's going on, don't know what they truly are, don't even know how to compute to themselves. And I'm saying, I don't know anything. I don't claim to know nothing. I'm just giving you what comes to me, and that's it. You know? So that's what, and another thing in law, corporal punishment. You have corporal punishment, guys. And this same word is pertaining to life. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way, man. You know, ain't no fucking way. You know? And they do spell them a little different, you know, but it's still the same fucking words. When you break them all down, it's the same word. So that's the word life, you know? I mean, that's why I said I don't want to live life no more. Fuck that. I'm not about to live life, you know? I'm just being. I'm existing. I'm aware. You know what I'm saying? That's the path that I'm on. of awareness. That's how I eat. I'm just aware of what I eat. That's how I take my surrounding. I'm just aware of my surrounding. That's what I do anyways, you know? So this shit is, you know, what else do I got? It's just so much, guys. It's just so much information that been just flooding my mind. And you know, and this is another thing. Look at the etymology of the word life. It says written account of a person's life, way of life, good or bad, condition of a being, a living thing, opposite of death. Spiritual, there it goes, in the word life, existence imparted by God through Christ to the believer. They're telling you what the fuck the shit is. Like, really, they're telling you what it is, you know? And anybody should simply, you know, start to research words, and you'll understand that, man, this shit is all being done by the way we're computing with each other. They're actually showing us this shit. The whole world is about voices being heard and censorship, you know? Because why? These motherfuckers, like, y'all don't even know, y'all don't even figured it out yet. Y'all voices ain't being heard because y'all voices ain't heard. Y'all haven't realized it. You're not upright. You're not an upright person. You haven't understood it's all within. You're looking to our religions, you dumb fucks. This is why they come on and say, take a cheeseburger and inject this shit. They these motherfucking people know. Therefore, they just like, you know, it's like, God, these people are just like worthless. Like, think about if you were at the top, you'd be like, we got to get rid of these motherfuckers. We done gave them all the tools to figure this shit out, and these motherfuckers are still wastes of skin, flesh, and bones. You know? I mean, it just is what it is, man. You know? And like with life, this is why they use the words and laws and terms of vitals. Let me check your vitals, because vitals is the manifesting of life. All right? I want to live vital. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to live vital, because vital means to live. So that's first, right? Because you have breath, then you have vitals. You know, that's what goes all this shit into abortion. Well, the baby has vital signs before it has a breath. So it's a manifestation of life, just like the term says. You can start breaking words down and get to the truth of a lot of things where it's undeniable. No matter how the fuck you compute it, you can back it up with the original terms of the English language. And then if you want to go farther, go back in Latin and realize, well, damn, that shit was in Latin. And then wonder why they stopped teaching Latin, you know? So, I mean, it's crazy, man. It really is. And all this shit's been screaming like to my brain. There's been so many other concepts too, you know, but these are just things that, you know, because I amnesia. I wake up and I'm like, nothing moves me to record it. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to do that. That means it just wants me to put it out in a way, because I believe now, after last night, I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I need to write this shit down. But then my first thought was already, I'm not writing this down. But then I told myself, damn, I should write this down. Now I already know I go with my first thoughts. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to write it down, or I'm not going to record it. I'm just going to let it come, and I'm going to do it like that, because it just lets me know it ain't supposed to be put. I'm not supposed to write it down, because I'm putting it into words on a device. And it's just saying it's better to just let it flow within me and let it come out in me, you know? So that's what I'm doing. So it's a lot of other stuff that, you know, come to me that, yeah, man, it's wild, man. And I'm loving it, man. You know, honestly, I'm loving this this energy, whatever it is, man. Ever since the Aries moon, my whole life has changed, you know? It really has. And it's just beautiful, man. Am I still live? Let me get a check-in. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't read any comments, but I'll just what's good, Deanne? I haven't looked at any comments. I don't know who's on here. So just give me a thumbs up. I'll read comments in a minute, but I'm just streaming right now, and you know, as people gonna get it, and that's it. Okay, thanks, Disambiguation. Shout out to Nathan. Shout out to you. You know, um, shout out to all you guys watching, all you guys watching later. Like I said, I don't know anything, man. This is the shit that come to me that I give to you guys. And you know, I just start looking at shit, man. I'm like, these motherfuckers, man. I'm like, this is why the medical system has formed the way it did. It's not in our fucking language. This is why the ingredients on food isn't in our language. We don't know how to pronounce methyl, glyceride. We don't know none of that shit. These motherfuckers have been fucking us for too long, and we got to realize what it is and undo that shit. And that's a shout out to Jamacha, because Jamacha actually does that shit. But people hate it so much because it convicts their fucking belief system. That's where all the hate comes from. This hate comes from it's busting the English language apart to see what the fuck is going on. All right? It's a barrier to overcome. Okay, look, the English language is fucking us. Well, what do you mean? People are going to look at you like you're a fucking wall, like you're just an alien. And then you got to sit there and try to bring yourself down to compute to them. Look, you ever wonder why in your life this happened? What do you always tell somebody every fucking day? Or this and that, or this and that, and these things you do every day. They're actually hindering your goddamn life. You know, they're actually hindering your life. Point blank, period. You know, it's just so much, man. You know, it's so much. It really is. And yeah, it really is. And through letters and numbers, they have done this. And the only way out, you know, the only way out and the only people out. And if you look at the trajectory of the world, where it's going, it's all boiling down to the English-speaking people. Why is that? They have to be destroyed because that's what they use to get them into the position. Therefore, they don't need us anymore. Therefore, they have to destroy the English-speaking cultures. Look at how bad it's been. It's all the English-speaking places. Think about this shit. They want to destroy the old English and have this new fucking English where there's different meanings and they can switch it up again. It's just motherfuckers that came here like me and you guys that figuring this shit out that they just want to get the fuck rid of because we distort the frequency they're trying to put out and it's fucking up their fucking mission because we figuring this shit out because I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. No other language is going to figure this shit out. They're not gonna. There's not going to be a language because their language don't have these words and understanding of this fucking wicked, twisted ass shit. It's going to compute some different shit. Just take a fucking a line of these motherfuckers and put it in a translator in all different languages. It don't compute. It doesn't. And then you wonder why, and we feel bad that there's lines of people in Mexico, South America, China, India, Africa lining up to get this injection shit because they can't read and understand our fucking language to figure this shit the fuck out. On why I could put a video out, oh, it's banned in these countries. Well, I look at the countries, I'm like, well, shit. Them the fucking countries that could compute to fucking English and understand this shit. I said, these dirty motherfuckers, this is what they're doing, man. And we are the key, you know? And this shit might go back to the Bible. Where is the lost tribes? It's right. I think we in it. Where is the true Israel? I think it's America, you know? Where is the true Mecca? Where is the true land? I think we might be standing in it, guys. Think about why it's so suppressed here. Yeah, it started with the dark-skinned people, but now it's every fucking body in this land. You know, is there a frequency over here? You know, is there a frequency on this land? You know, I believe there is. You know, I believe it's right down in the center. You know, where the sun stays in those ley lines. You know, stays the equator to the Cancer to the Capricorn. They stays right there. That's where the true energy and essence is at. Because you think about it, that's where all our fucking everything known to mankind is in these areas. You know? And then you wonder why, damn, all over the world, all those areas are fucked up and suppressed. You know? Because that's where the strongest energies are at. You know, and here we go, we way the fuck out here, and they're like, damn, these motherfuckers getting the angels are coming to them way up here. All right, we got to inject these motherfuckers. We got to chemtrail. We got to have all these programs. We got to put this in there. We got to do that, man. Fuck, they're like roaches. They keep on. There's this group, this energy that just, we can't affect them. You know, we can't affect these fucking people. Why we can't affect them? You know? So, you know, yeah, man. So yeah, these are the shit, and that's like a fraction of shit that come to me while I was woke up at 3 o'clock last night. You know, it's way more than that. It's just too much more. Like, I can't even put it in perspective. But then I see it unfolding in my life, like, damn, like, wow, like. And I use the word life because, yeah, that's how we gotta, you know, understand it. But I'm sitting here telling you, you know, it's a process. It's a process of elimination, of understanding, you know. And I do believe that when we do, and we do understand, we don't have to compute to each other while we using these words. We already gonna understand where we at, you know, because then the conversations will get shorter. And then, you know, it'll be more, you know, direct. And this is why coming together is dangerous. This is why they don't want us together. They want us on the internet because it creates a separation. You know, it creates a great separation, and they need that. You know what I'm saying? They need that great separation, you know, because when we become off here, it ain't much fucking talking we need to do. And then we get closer bonds. It's more like nods and yep, yep. We see it, because we're on a mission, you know? And I've been with plenty of people where there's two beings like us that have the same frequency. And we talk to somebody who is asleep or in the knowing. And guess what? When they feel two energies, it's great. Now let it be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people talking to one energy. You know how you get that feeling? I've been in that position where it's just me, you know, and then there's like 6 people of opposition, that feeling, you know? So imagine the opposite when there's like 6 people of us with that person. They're not going to feel intimidation. They're going to feel the opposite because what we put out is something opposite than negative. We put out positive. So the overwhelming amount of love is that person's gonna wake the fuck up. Like the next, their life won't be the same when they walk away. When it multiplies, these people are changed forever. That's what they're afraid of, man. That's why I always say it does not take a lot of fucking people for this mission, man. And that's why we are scattered all over the fucking place. You know, we're scattered all over this bitch because the abilities that we got is so fucking strong. It just takes a handful of us. And when we come together, it's even greater and more powerful. And then you wonder why we be censored and targeted and attacked. On why a channel like me ain't never gonna get a video out there. It's been like this forever, you know. Whatever it is, I don't know, but it's been like this for a very long time, you know. So all right, guys, let me read some comments, man. I'm about to take a time out from my brain streaming, but what's good, Universal Mother and Father? Ocho. Man. Ocho, let me go through the names. Jared Bradley. Shout out to you. Angel Z. Deanne. Step Back. What's good, Step Back? Let's see. I'm keep going back. Disambiguation, Rick James. Let's see. Keep going back. Hit hard hitting NB83. Shout out to you. Good to see new faces and names. Shout out to you guys. Um, like I said, I'm just going back, reading the names right now, and oops, shit, I'm not reading the comments. Oh, fuck, did I just do? Let's see, John Bryant. Shout out to you if you're still here. I know Cuts was on here earlier. Shout out to brother Cuts. Keep going back. Damn, there's a lot of comments. I have some good conversation in there. That's beautiful. Just the Root. Shout out to Just the Root. Let's see. Keep going. Deb Brown. Shout out to Deb Brown. Zach, Gematria Effect Sports. Shout out to Zach. Let's see. Damn, it's a lot of comments. I'm still going back. I haven't seen. It was good, Emily. Shout out to Emily. The new faces here. Shout out to you, Damon Minko Jr. Shout out to you. A couple faces I haven't seen in a while. Hope they're all good. All right, so I'm all through the comments. Going back. Shout out to Zach. I'm listening, not living, just existing. Facts. So, yeah, man, it's like, yeah, man, when you start to, like figure this shit out, man, it's like, man, we're doing damage to each other. And I've noticed, and I started reflecting upon my own self and, people that say I've helped them. And I'm like, and I just helped another person, a beautiful soul, which I'll bust that down in a whole nother video. But that was a beautiful thing, man, to have an adversary for so many years and so much hatred and blood and turmoil, and just, man, to finally just mend that shit is an amazing fucking thing, man. That's been the highlight of my past week, is being able to, and I've trashed her on here before. That's my first kid's mom. And, I've trashed her on here before, and, I can't take anything back. I mean, I'm sorry on a physical level, but I can't take anything back because all that got to where I'm at now. And to finally have that, and then to see, the kids we had, the boys we had together, to be glowing and like, even after all the bad that we all shared some bad shit, to have that like in the past and now forward thinking is just amazing, man. And then making her understand, helping her, get out of the past is so beautiful, man. It really is. It's like, I can't even explain it, man. It's like, they opened up to where they can receive, and it's just a time to where it just, the energy just line up, and it's like, wow, and it's helped. Now it's just helped her in her life, and from her, it extended all the way back over to us. And my kids are like a whole different person now, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. But that's a whole nother thing. But to have that is crazy. And, I hope to have that with my other one day. Like, that's what I'm about, and that's what life is about, is actually going back, and whatever rhythm was distorted, like, just tweak it, and just, if it's there. If it ain't there, it ain't there. Like my sister, that shit ain't there. But what's so crazy, that's a whole nother thing about my sister. Guys, I was just talking about her in the last stream. I know y'all remember. She works for the fucking radio station. Lo and behold, after I said that shit, I kid you not, I'll show it to you. Right after I said that shit about the fucking radio station. That's how I know, like, this shit, whatever we tapped into, is just, I don't know, I can't figure it out. But hey, I can't put it into words. I figured it out in my mind, but I ain't getting it into words. It ain't working because English language ain't holding our frequency. That's why that's why a lot of us get into politics, get into gematria, get into flat earth or religion or whatever, because we're holding some shit we all know that's fucked up, everybody knows everything. Everybody, not everything, but everybody knows what we're all in. But we all know there's something that we are attached to. But what we're doing is we're putting it into the other shit, you know? So therefore, I can't put it into words. So I just tell you, it ain't nothing I can put into words because English language can't hold our frequency. So I can't, I don't know what to say. I can't put into spirituality because I ain't going that route no more. I'm not spiritual. So I don't know what to say. But when I was talking about my sister that day, I kid you not, I get off the fucking shit. All of a sudden, I get an alert. This Rochester, New York community initiative is going at this radio station. And this is the shit that I've been saying about this station for years. It's a hypocrite. It's a detriment to the community. And it's actually a fucking against the community, which it's black owned, you know, in Rochester, New York. And, you know, so many people have had this on their mind, but nobody's really come forward. And lo and behold, there's this group here. Shout out to him. Shout out to that brother who's been doing major work in the community. All right. And it came up and they are on blast right now. That radio station is on fucking blast. And you know, I went on there with all my 2 cents and everybody is like, yo, that was some real shit you just said. Yo, I knew this about this radio station for years. And then I dropped the link. I said, yeah, WD, because it's called WDKX. It means the W is for the station. The D is for Dr. What the fuck? I forgot. I always forget it. It's for somebody, Frederick Douglass. The K is for Martin Luther King, and the X is for Malcolm X. These motherfuckers got shit to do with the community. Don't give a fuck about the community. The owner don't give a shit about nothing but himself. They don't care about black businesses. All they care about is the dollar. And it's not a black and white thing because I don't give a fuck. But they give white people, white businesses discounts. Black people, they don't. All right? Which they don't. So I put up a post. I said, yeah, because, you know, yeah, that station been hypocrite for years. And I said, WDKKKX. And everybody liked that shit. And they was like, yo, I'm going to use that. I said, look, y'all do whatever y'all want. I'm glad y'all putting that station on blast because my sister is worked that bitch for years and is a hypocrite and is preaching bullshit to the fucking community and lying to the community. But it's so ironic. After I made that video telling y'all about it, that shit popped off and they are on blast. And they were like, you going to join us? I said, when and motherfucking where? I'll be there. They're going to be in front of that station on the public sidewalk. Whatever they doing, I don't know about they on blast about, I guess, the politics, the 12-year-old that was murdered. But they've always had all the crooked politicians on their station. And I called them out for mad years. And I was always called, oh, you just hate them, you know, da-da-da, this and that. Yeah, the one motherfucker got in trouble. He went to prison for fucking bilking the Rochester community. The mayor was on there all the time. You know what she was about. Husband was a fucking drug dealer. Boom. She got removed out of there or whatever the fuck. And then there was another one. He wasn't worth shit. They always have motherfuckers that they attract the fucking exact shit they're against. And they play violent fucking music and then talk about what we need to do in the community. Where the fuck is y'all at? You know, so I'm glad this fucking group, this community, that be in the trenches, that do be doing shit, is on their fucking neck. I'm so glad of that. But it's so crazy because that's how the universe works, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, literally right after that, it was that. So, you know, that's beautiful. So, fuck that. You might pop the camera and see me out there with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know a lot about this fucking radio station. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I never wanted nothing to do with it. I ain't give a fuck about nothing. I ain't never want to go there. I didn't give it. When I talked to my sister, I was like, oh, good. You know, it's good for you. You know, I thought you was going to be dropping some jewels. And hell no. And that's where I was like, yo, I was checking her like, yo, I heard you say, I used to listen to it every day. That's my sister. I'm like, yo, I heard you say this and say that. I'm like, how you got an opinion on that? You ain't got no damn kids. Then I say, a relationship? I said, you don't even got a man. You don't like men. How could you have any advice on fucking men? I said, whoa, what's going on here? Well, you know, I gotta do this. And then you got these people on that are in this. And then I heard you talking about this TV show. I'm like, do you know what this TV? And it was just like, yo, You knew we was falling. It's like a Cain and Abel battle. You lied to the community. I try to drop the jewels. You know what I'm saying? I try to give what's real. You know, so that's you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I just had to tell y'all that. Anyways, I'll come back to the comments. But yeah, y'all behind the stream. It's all good. I don't know what's going on in the chats, but it is what it is. So, yeah, let me go fucking put my raffle tickets in the fucking machine so I can pay to live and shit. Now that's when pay to live is real. When you say pay to live, yep, that's what you're doing. You're paid to live in the animation, of the corporeal. It's got real right at the end. It's got a dead meaning and real in the same fucking word for life. And we talking about we living life and we're enjoying life. Fuck no, we ain't enjoying. We just coping with the animated existence that's been given to us. That's what we truly doing. That's exactly what the fuck we doing, man. So, it is what it is, man. And honestly, what the hell y'all talking about? I don't want Patreon. I want 5 free wins. I don't know what y'all talking about, but shout out to everybody on here and everybody who watches this later. Hope I get the message out, computed like I needed to, but I'll be doing more on this understanding and that I come into, because we're actually doing damage to ourselves, man, and our purpose with this fucked up ass language. And we gotta realize, I was saying it before, like, our spiritual journey, and we gotta come into that. Well, yeah, in a sense, we gotta come into our understanding is what I guess I was truly trying to say at the time that I said that about spirituality. Like, we gotta remove ourselves from this physical way of thinking and come into what actually is coming into us, So, it is what it is. Can y'all hear me? Are we good? Turn this truck off. It's gonna be a minute. So, again, yesterday I was not thankful for any fucking thing. I was just thankful for the people who rebuked that day, and I just didn't even acknowledge it. I didn't want to do anything special for anybody on that day because, I'm playing right into the hand of their bullshit. And I realize that. Now, Christmas time, I'll be giving back, because that's a time where our sun, all right, makes its return. So, that is, you're dealing with energies that are, good and bad. People are going through shit and there's people that are happy. So, I want to embody and be in that energy. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday it was like, and last year let me know, it was like, damn, I did all this and they had too much. So it's like, I don't have to do that. I was like, I don't have to do this. There's already people that are doing that are putting that energy out there, which is still good energy and it does help, but I don't need to be doing that, because then I'm doing something that is, God damn it, I hate this fucking place. Piece of shit. How are you putting money in this fucking thing and it doesn't take it? Fucking stupid shit. What the fuck is one upside down or some shit? Fuck. I'm gonna go to a different one because I hate these old ass machines. Deposit that bullshit. So yeah, are we good? Okay, we're good. Feminists giving advice on men. Yeah, that's my sister. That's what she was doing. And I'm like, yo, You can't even do that. I'm like, what are you doing? And then she wonder why she ain't got no relationship. Every relationship she been in been fucked up. I told her all along. I mean, I'm wrong for that though. I'm wrong. You know, I'm wrong. I'm the one that's wrong, and it's all me. And I remove myself from that surrounding that energy with her, and then my mom, who just fucking basically committed suicide on herself. And I'm like, well, I don't want to watch your suicide. Whether it just is what it is. That's just understanding I came through. And honestly, the best fucking thing I could have ever did in my life was remove myself from there. Even though my mom passed away, guess what? I already had closure because I went through sadness and pain and hurt watching that shit 3 years prior before I stopped talking to her. I'm like, I literally had my mom on vacation, lost 20 pounds, went home, felt good, looked good, dyed her hair, was sending me pictures. I'm like, damn, Ma, you look like 20 years ago. Holy shit. She was smiling, happy. And guess what? She was feeling so good. She was on the internet talking to one of her old friends. And I was like, go on a date. I'm like, fuck Ray. This is my stepdad. So ironic that my stepdad's name is Ray, like Rays and shit. Ain't that crazy? Which kept my mom on a fucking death ray. And I honestly I blame him, but I can't blame him, but his ignorance and his ways is what brought my mom to fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? And but anyways, my mom was looking good, all this shit. Man, my mom would text me, call me. Ray said, why I look, what, I showed, he didn't even acknowledge her. He said, why you doing that for? It don't look right. I liked it better the other way. I'm like, what? Even my sister was like, oh my God, mine looks so good. Da da da. I'm like, yeah. And guess what they did? Yeah, after my sister looked at my mom looked so good, she figured out how she was eating, cutting back. She didn't have to use her meds as much, certain meds. Sister came back, no, you need to be on your meds. You need to use your meds. Tabari, he's crazy. He's into all that stuff. I mean, I agree with some stuff, but no. And then next thing you know, my mom gained all that fucking weight, went back to smoking and drinking and just fucking just oh man. And then it would be to where they done put resentment in her to me. Like I did some shit wrong. So I would show up with my family and we would come there and it was like a burden. And then I couldn't be in there and like, he watching fucking Donald Trump and shit on TV and, mad that Obama left and shit. I'm like, yo, you still watch this bullshit? Because I'm not going to sit there and patty cake, baker's man. No, I'm about to shake you out of your fucking reality. That's just, I'm not that person, And it's nothing like, I just give them the real. And they don't want to hear it. So guess what ends up happening is they're like, oh, yeah, I don't want to come over, with all that shit. And I'm coming over with grandkids. It got to the point where their drinking got earlier, 5 o'clock, 4:30. We stopping by. Oh, we don't want to be bothered right now. I'm like, all right, fuck all this. And then my sister was involved in that shit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. It was an instant happen, with other family members. And, long story, I don't want to get into that. But long story short, I just like, you know what? Fuck that. I love you. I'm over here. I remove myself from the situation. Da da da. Best shit that I've ever done. Because when my mom passed, I ain't have no guilt. Me and my family, we got relief, and we know she's with us every day. We know she's free. She's not in the prison no more on inside of a house where she ain't even been outside in damn near a year, looking pale as shit. And I did what we stopped before she died, like a month before she died. The universe created it to where, it was like, yeah, they were like, kids were like, well, could we stop? Say hi to Ray? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. He's outside. We was passing by. He was outside doing some shit. They got out. They talked to him. And then I seen him say, oh, yeah, go inside. Talk to him. They went inside and I was like, something moving like, you know what? I need to go. And I went. It was just my goodbye. I seen what I had to see. Said to myself, we left. Oh, she's dead. She ain't got much longer. she looks terrible, you know. And I knew by her saying, oh, you know, your sister's been helping me with this, and you know, I've been doing great. And I'm like, I let her have it. I let her have her closure of just goodness between us. But in my mind, I'm like, yeah, yeah, I know. That spell, that energy is still in there. I can feel it in the house. I can feel my sister's energy in the house, like, you know, like, yeah, just evil darkness. And I'm like, you ain't been outside. Yeah, you know, Talitha said, you know, I should stay inside because of this, you know. And I'm like, and I ain't even say nothing else. I just like, oh, that's good. Gave her a hug, said, you know, we're doing great. I mean, beautiful. My line's always open, you know. She was happy to see the kids, and well, the three oldest, the other two, no, you know. And that was our goodbye. We felt, you know, afterwards, we have this, me and my boys, we have this communication where we don't have to speak. I'll just say, you know, for reassurance, I just say, you feel it, right? Or I'll say, you guys understand, right? And I'll say, what? And then they'll say exactly what the fucking situation is. So, you know, that's like when she died, we had relief. We felt great. You know, we honestly, it's weird to say that shit, but I will tell you, we felt good. You know, because we know her freedom. She don't have to take all the meds. She don't have to drink. She don't have to be with all that negative energy. You know, she moved on, and she's with us every day. I smell cigarette smoke in my house. Nobody smokes. You know, I sell cigarette smoke from time to time. You know, I'll see someone that looks just like her. Let the universe let me know she's with me. You know, I'll see her numbers. You know, so, you know, that's a beautiful thing to understand, and one of the greatest things ever. You know. So, anyways, that's my life. But anyways, so all right, what we got? Ass backwards, Ocho. You can never be wrong. Moving with the light, move with the matrix, passage, thing. Yeah, yeah. Continue. Let me see. We can celebrate like a kid on crack in a toy store to offset that like negative energy manifested through the blood holiday. Positive. I don't know what that comment means really. Through diversity, conflict, bad thing. Yeah, that's one thing. Everything is learning. You know, sometimes conflicts is a learning, a way to learn you, a way to learn yourself, a way to reflect. You know, it's always going to be conflict. You know, that's that love and light fucking nonsense bullshit. Live and love and cherish and just live in the positive energy. It's all mental. Man, fuck that stupid shit. That is just the dumbest shit in the world. You know, you put yourself in a fucking box and pretend to be there because there's nobody that can hold a frequency of sitting there fucking in a love state constantly. No, that don't know how that shit works. Like, what the fuck? That shit just is stupid to me. You know, that's the dumbest shit in the world. That people say that shit. Oh, it's all your outlook. It's all positivity. You know, fuck that. That's dumb. You know, that's dumb because the same people that speak that shit be going through shit. I'm like, oh, what happened to all that love and light and understanding? No, fucking, the universe don't work like that. You know, it's a perpetual balance. You got to go through some shit sometime. That's how you learn and come up. Whatever you lacking, it's going to be shown to you so you can fucking learn from it. If not, you're going to be caught in what they call the cosmic loop. All of this is the same energy that you keep embodying. You know, they put all these different compartments on it. The cosmic loop. Yeah, call it that. It is what the fuck it is. It's you're stuck in this fucking energy. Even me saying that is something. You know innately, if some shit keep happening, well, what the fuck am I doing for this shit to keep happening? Oh, okay. Now you reflect. You know? Now you reflect and project and watch that shit change and remove out of your life. You know? I mean, that's what is. You know, there's no way around that. That's just what it is. You know? So we gotta go through that shit. You know? Man, this death thing been bugging me. We remind every day. What death thing, you know? And death is an illusion, you know? I mean, everybody's afraid of it, even nature, you know? So it is. I mean, we can't go around that. And that's another thing with the love and light bullshit. And, oh, death is this and it's that, I mean, I get it. It's an illusion. It's all an illusion. Death is a 100% illusion, but, it's real. And we are in fear of going there, of going to that point. Whether it's putting in us or whatever, or whether we don't understand it, it's two different things. I don't fucking know. But I look to nature, and when nature is in danger, that motherfucker is in fear. Nature is in fear. And you look at humans, when they in danger, they in fear. Now, fear and death are two different things. So I don't know. Death might be peace. You have that fear in this physical existence, but when you die, you're at peace, So that's the illusion of death. And and some of us, we coming into an understanding that, though we may fear it, because I'm confused. You know, we accept it. It's like some people who get terminally ill, they start accepting that. They're like, yeah, I want to die. I don't ever want to be in no position like that. But we all gonna die. But I don't want to be on that position. Because some energy comes over their being and says, you know what, I'm ready to check out. This is just too much pain. Pull the fucking plug. Give me that medicine so I can check out. So something comes over where it becomes accepted to where the fear goes away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know about that shit. You know, I don't know about that. And then like the whole thing on my mom's situation, all it is removing yourself from a situation that's going to be detrimental to your being. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with my kids. Fuck, I miss them every fucking moment since I left. It's over a year. You know what I'm saying? It's well over a year. You know? Fucking, I gotta get a new one of these sticky things. It's been well over a year. You know? It's been well over a year. And I'll be honest. I think about them, but I don't how can I say it? I'm not like distraught and can't function and like stressed out crying and like abusing some type of drug to like cope with the shit. I've been with them two since birth. I've never been away from them like that. So I mean, for understand I came in, I'm all good. I'm good. There's nothing you could do. Like I just died when they left. So I'm a new person. You know, and this understanding these things, it helps you. Because all I did is instill that I already know they'll be back in my life. So why worry about it? It's just a point in time, and time don't exist. It's a man's creation. So whether it's now, whether it's years, they'll be back. You know, and the truth will be revealed to them because I lived in the truth. I went with my true intentions, and everything was pure and in my heart. Sorry guys, my stupid ass phone in the back. This metal thing is just falling the fuck off. Sorry about that, guys. Let me know if we're back. Let me know if we're back. Let me know if we're back. Give me a bet. Give me a thumbs up or something. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, okay. Because the fucking phone keep falling. I just cut it off. It just went to the lock screen and shit. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Shout out to Millie, the name I didn't mention yet. Thanks, guys. But So yeah, so like I said, with the same thing with my kids, it's just like I had to just die again, you know. And any relationships I get, they go, hey, I just gotta die again. It's pain, but I know you learn how to deal with the shit, you know. You just die and you recreate yourself. You're like, all right, well, that's gone. Now I'm over here. Now I'm 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 here. We dwell on it. We stress it. It causes pain now. We live in the past. They've taught us to live in the past. They teach us to live in the future. Live right now. Your future will be laid out in a very good way and in a learning way. Think now. People are like, oh, love and light, motherfuckers. Oh, you still got a plan. Yeah, you got plans, but I don't call them plans. I just got it outlooks. Like I'm looking outward. Okay, that's what I want to do next week, next month. Far as that, I don't go no farther than a month. Honestly, I don't even go farther than a fucking week because I know this reality. Bitch could change at any moment. They even showed us that, bitch, one day your ass is slowing the spread. The next day, the whole world's different. So you better get used to it, So they show you. We're in the moment, man. We're living in the moment. So learn to live in the moment. I don't recommend anybody plan for a fucking future in their reality. Plan for a future outlook in your reality. I got people like, oh, I'm gonna retire when I'm 60. Man, y'all forgetting about what's going on in the world, man. Are you serious? Well, I want to do this and it's all good. Do it. But know what's happening while you do it. Know what you're getting yourself into. That's why I said, oh, live in the moment, man. That's one of the concepts of thought, because that's all we doing. We breathe in, out. That's a moment right there. So we breathe breath in our life. In our body, in our vital. We breathe in breath. We breathe out breath. That's a moment right there. We stop breathing. In moments, we ain't here no more. So we need to live in that moment and watch shit change for you, And it's so hard. The hardest thing to overcome, because I've been there. I've done it all. Everything I say, I've done it. Is the silence, Is it just, you know what? Fuck that. But it's the most powerful shit. Once you overcome that, you master that shit. It's like, yo, because what is the universe? That motherfucker is powerful. But guess what? It's silent. It don't even speak. Look at nature. Look how complex and beautiful nature is. Nature don't speak. Nature don't even speak. But look at man. We up here voting for motherfuckers. Donald Trump and Joe Biden and this leader and LeBron James and this fucking retard and that fucking celebrity. What? These motherfuckers speak, and they speak nonsense. I saw some shit. 50 Cent's got the keys to fucking Houston. What the fuck? What does he do? Oh, he's done great in the community. He's a philanthropist. Now 50 Cent is a fucking philanthropist. Oh, he's just one of them motherfuckers, a philanthropist. What does he philanthricize? He knows the ins and outs of the game. He ain't out here telling it. Fuck out of here with that shit. I'm like, this dumbass bullshit. 50 Cent gets the keys to the fucking city, and then they play him. Yes, this key will open any door in any place around here. You just don't do it. What? Just don't do it yet. What? Man, that was the biggest smack in the face of that motherfucker I ever seen. I saw that shit. I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch with my eyes? Get the keys to the city. Fucking 50 Cent. The hip hop culture. Told you about all the shit you shouldn't be doing to do, and to idolize. Man, fuck out of here. But again, that's what people do. Nature don't speak. Most powerful shit. The universe don't speak. It does speak, but it doesn't speak our language, But yeah, we put all our power in the motherfuckers that speak. Oh, he said something I liked. Oh, he said something I liked. Then you begin to understand, yeah, we are controlled by this fucking these languages, man. You know, English being one of them. You know, it's crazy, man. It really is fucking crazy. Really crazy, guy. All right, and my comments stopped. I think my comments stopped. I think I might be stuck. Somebody drop a thumbs up. See if my comments are stuck. Sometimes it just needs a boost. You'll comment, and I'll get like 20 at the same time that we're held for some odd reason. All right, we're good. Traveling from Rockford area. All right, Solo. What's good, Solo? FR 2384. Shout out to you. Thanks, Angel. See, they all come in at the same fucking time. It's crazy. It was stuck. Shout out to all you guys. It's much easier to live truth here, regardless of external, rather than experience the self-guilt and shame we would feel upon returning home for not living our true purpose. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So, shout out to Just Juice for the good old juice. Shout out to Creative Pizza. I got to get over there. Haven't been there in a while, but I got to get over there. My good people's at Creative Pizza. Damn, I got this shit keep coming off, man. This shit's annoying. So shout out to them. But yeah, so yeah, I think I've been going on 2 hours and 11 minutes. Wow, that went by fast. So I know I was streaming because that 2 hours felt like 10 minutes. So yeah, guys, just to reinforce, no, I'm not spiritual no more. You know, fuck that. And no, I'm not on a spiritual journey. And no, I ain't living life. And yesterday I ain't thanked shit. Fuck that. So fuck all that. I'm just remove yourself from that bullshit, you know. Because, you know, I mean, it just is what it is, man. It just aligns you more to what is. You know. And that's what they want. They want a bitch to just be in their shit, you know, their energy, man. Could you imagine the you know, like, I know Walmart was closed yesterday. Like, I think that might have been the first time ever that they've been closed like that, you know. They usually open, ready to rock, but them bitches was closed, you know. So imagine the type of whatever the fuck they're doing and their algorithms and twisted shit, all these big corporations while shit was closed. You don't know, you know. Shit's deep. Angel, oh, I didn't even see. Oh, can you see me? Yeah, I can see you. Angel. Shout out to Angel Z. All the other, you know, all the other angels out there, you know, whether male or female, we're all angels of light, you know. But yeah, man, it's crazy, guys. But yeah, man, I mean, the only, you know, just questions is, you know, we just keep casting on each other. And they know this, you know. But because they're trying to hide who and what we truly are. And the only way out is breaking down the barriers of their fucking language. You know, and then you start to realize that when you really build with somebody that is understanding with you and knows, it's like, okay, this, you know, because even I've been around a long fucking time, and I've been around a lot of motherfuckers, and even the awake people, there's some awake people that I talk to, and it's like, okay, they're awake, but they're awake in their own ideology. Like, how come I'm understanding where they're coming from, but when I compute something back on what they're actually computing to me, it ain't even registering. I'm like, yeah, this is not this. This is still locked in. They're still in another concept, you know. There's still another concept of their own mind, you know, and it's actually putting their energy into some shit that, you know, they're putting their, what the fuck is all these street sweepers or all the leaves? They're actually putting themselves outside of themselves into another belief system, and therefore weakens who they truly are. And then they hold to that box, and then the being is able to be taken over by these psychopath motherfuckers, you know. And by that meaning they ain't gonna be resistance to their energy. And it's in understanding this shit with the English language is like, you know, you're blinder. You got the they live glasses on, you know. It's like you can read something now or see something, and it's like you got the you know, you got the things on. Hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. Gonna rock out. Gonna bust some purple real quick. Get this back going. But I forgot what I was saying. But you know, um, you know, and this is why we're divided, man. Honestly, I mean, it is because we still don't have an understanding collectively. You know, I mean, we're coming slowly to understanding that, and other people are, you know, but still, man, it's like, you know, we ain't there. You know, we ain't fucking there because it's our communication barrier from the energy we carry is embedded in other different things. And through those things creates division, you know? It creates division. And that's what we got. In this universe, we exist through vision, you know? If your eyes ain't firing, if those rods in your eyes aren't firing to your retina and through your brain, whatever you want to call it, whatever name they got on the motherfucker, you know, then we ain't here. If we're cut off, we ain't here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even here. You know? So yo, there you go.
Thank you. God bless,
right, man. You take it easy. So we ain't, you know, we're not here. You know? There's one other thing I wanted to talk about, but it's not coming to me right now. Looks good, Cito. So, you know, it's still work in progress. You know, and it's just shit that's worked in my life, so I pass it on. It's just understanding. You just learn to understand. Okay, I understand. That's why I could rock out with you know, somebody who just I don't believe what the fuck you believe, but your energy is there. You just need, you know, you need some learning. And when I'm around you, I'll plant some seeds around you, and they'll grow. And I've had that. And then I literally have ex-Trump supporters that are like, yeah, I get it. You know, that's a beautiful thing, man. And it's like, man, I never thought of that. And then when you said it, I started looking into it. I said, look, don't thank me. That's all you. You just realized, you know, what it was. I didn't do anything. I just showed you where to go. You know, you did it all. And that's what it is. You know, it's already in everybody. We just got to bring it out, you know? And look at our reality. Everyone's looking for a fucking savior when all they got to do is go look in the fucking mirror. You're your own savior. Everybody's looking for a fucking new government leader or whatever the fuck, spiritual leader, whatever the hell, when it's just themselves. Look in the fucking mirror. You're the goddamn motherfucker you're looking for. You know? It's just mind-blowing, man. You know? It really is. It's just the easiest concept in the world, but the most difficult, you know, because of what's been placed upon us. You know, the chains, you know, the chains of the language, you know, the chain, and it's powerful. So, very powerful. And yeah, so, and growing together. And you learn, you know how you learn the best from growing together? Because when you grow together, just like nature, everything doesn't grow the same fucking height. So you'll outgrow some. And unfortunately, when you outgrow some, if they can't continue to grow, you know, and either be entangled with you and complement you or vibe off you, then they'll fall to the wayside, you know. That's just how it is, man. There's nothing you can do about it, you know. That's just how it is, you know. And that's something that I've learned, you know, because there's a hindrance of growth, and there's some that grow, and it's got to be sprinkled around, you know. So, fucking the black cloud over Rochester got people fucking road raging back there. It's good. I understand usually everything you say. I'm just not understanding how I did that to myself. Did what? Huh? I didn't see the question. What happened? What you did to yourself, Angel? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things we talk about. So, because I'm a listener, so I listen to everything. So it's got to be more specific. I listen to everything to pinpoint, you know, something. So. You were saying that when you have a conflict with another. Oh, hell yeah, we do that to ourselves. We do it to ourselves because we've had a sign somewhere along the journey, right, of whatever conflict with a person we've had. We just ignored it through one way or another. Whether it's from the beginning of something that you thought was good and turned out bad, we got a sign. We just didn't see it, you know? And then the way we react to it is, you know, is pretty much what it is, you know? It's a lot of shit is cause and effect. Like, there's stuff that I've done that I'm like, damn, that shit was all my fucking fault, you know? And I gotta eat that, you know? even if it looks like it's the other person's fault, you know, it's just my fucking fault. Like, I've been put through some shit, and I look back, I'm like, well, damn, that's my fault because I should have seen this shit. I seen the signs, you know, but we ignore it for one way or another for something that we think is good, and then we get caught up. You know, you got to think back. You got to time travel and go back. Like, damn. Before that happened, well, I did get a sign, and you know, fuck, I didn't listen to my first thought, and I went with my second, which was probably some physical reality shit, feeling, emotion, or some energy was moving wrong, and I got it, and damn, that's how it was. You know, because everything, you know, we always gotta look back, and I do that. You know, I still do that to this day. I go back to my childhood, like, why the fuck that shit happened? That was fucked up. And then I go back and I realize, well, damn, it was because of this. It was because of that. And, you know, and that's why, you know, through meditation, which meditation isn't fucking forming a fucking triangle ball sitting there, you know, that's not meditation. You know, meditation is just thought. That's all it is. It's a concentrated thought. You know, all that other, that's that love and light shit again, that yoga, do yoga, sit down and da-da-da. No, meditation is simply fucking thoughts. And when you meditate, you know, you could time travel. You know, time travel is real. I always talk about that. You can go back in your mind and even bring in physical realities. Like you can smell, feel, see, vivid, and understand. Go back. You know, watch how many answers come to you. You know? Watch how many things come when you go back and look, and you're like, damn, that's where I fucked up at. I should have, you know what? I should have got out of that shit a long time ago. I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done this. And you know, and we're not supposed to be woulda, shoulda, coulda, but when you time travel and learning, you'll see your own self will show you where we went wrong. And then we gotta say, damn, that is my fault. And now you gotta figure out, okay, well, how do I undo that shit? You know? And some of us have caused fucking monsters, and I know I have. I've caused a fucking monster, you know? But we do ignore it. But they've shown us through cartoons. They've shown us through movies. You know, you got an angel on one shoulder, and you got the devil on the other. And they always showed you in the cartoons that the angel used to always speak first, and then that devil came right behind and gave it that second thought. It's a second guess, you know? And that second guess is the one that gets you every fucking time. You're always going to get the first sign first, you know? So, yeah. But, you know, yeah, it was some other shit that I wanted to talk about, but I completely just can't. It was a word that we all use, and, you know, it's one word. So, so yeah. It isn't about ignoring what love is. Well, yeah, and then we got to figure out what love is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, love, because they taught us love, you know, in a relationship. In reality, that's some different type of energy, you know, and they want us to asphyxiate on love in that way because it takes away from the world. It takes away from your other people you're supposed to love because you're centering it on one being. I mean, this is a trick of the devil. And, you know, my interpretation of love is something different. And, you know, I can't put words on what you share when you're in love with that other. Well, the word love that we say in love with somebody, it ain't the word, you know, it ain't that energy, that same energy. It's not, it's some different shit. that they don't teach us about, and they have us center that shit on motherfuckers, and it fucks our whole entire life up if it goes wrong, because it's not what we perceive love is, and our way we understand it. It's wrong. That's why I said the English language is fucked up, because love, I mean, they got a word and they make us center ourselves. They've taught us, okay, you love that man, you love that woman, and that's where you center that energy at. All right. And people get it fucked up and confused, When you realize that, you start to bust out of that. You're like, you know what? This is a different kind of energy. I can give this energy here with this person and just flood it, and it's just amazing. But I could take this other energy over here and do the same and get the same outcome. And wow, I got a good balance, I mean, it's just, it all depends on what people think love is, because love will fuck you up, or what they have said love is will fuck you up, because they got us this energy. So they have us move it in a way where it's fucked up to us, I mean, another thing, what do they do is that marriage. Oh, love, marriage, get a ring, sign that fucking paper so we could be in your life forever, and then we'll be, you married us, motherfucker, you dumbass. So, and just, okay, we can go to the love, like the etymology of love is what? It's Old English lufu. It's like feeling of love, romantic, sexual attraction, affection, friendliness, the love of God, love, abstraction of personification. Love as an abstraction of personification, what's the other one? To feel love, for, cherish, show love, to, delight in, approve. If you start busting this shit down, so you could only feel the word love, to share, to show love. How could you show something, right, which is already stated for the word, that's a feeling, It's like you put the feeling into a word and then bring it into the reality of something, and then you put it into another thing which is outside of you, and then you put it into somebody else, and guess what happens? Okay, everybody done went through this shit. Guess what happens when you put that feeling outside of yourself into somebody else? This is the trick of the language. It's a spell. It's a movement of energy through words. Because what would we be doing if we didn't know what love was? Oh, I love you. What were we really doing? Think about it. What the fuck would we really be doing? Because in another language, love means something the fuck else. It means something else. It's spelled another way. So this energy, we actually take it outside of ourselves. We put it into somebody else, and we expect a result to come back because the feeling that we got. And guess what? When you meet the right person, it does connect, it does intertwine, and it does come back, and then you're in that, what they call love. Whatever that energy is, we're playing the word game today. So pretend it ain't the word love. So there's an energy there that you guys have embodied. It's beautiful. You guys forget about the world. Nothing matters. It's lovey-dovey. It's beautiful. But over time, all right, this is old for me. Like, that was old. But over time, shit starts to fizzle out and go, start going down. Everything that was beautiful starts to fade. All right, when you figure this out, that shit don't never fade. Things may go south from other reasons, but that type of energy that always wanting to be and always wanting to be around, love, affection, feeling, if that other person hasn't embodied that true essence of that feeling, they're going to run. They're going to go away. But they're going to feel deep fucked upness. And this is when you got motherfuckers going crazy. Men, women, they just go crazy. because they put that love in, and then the results didn't come back, and then they was embodying it and being about it, and then boom, it's just distorted energy. You know, I figured this out, you know, with my last fucking relationship, you know, like with the ones I can't see, the kids. Then you wonder why I can't, because, you know, that the power of love is, well, that energy is very fucking strong, very strong. And with the wrong person, it explodes. It goes south backwards. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then, you know, moving on, you learn that same energy. And you're like, damn, you know, when somebody tells you something like, how can this be? How can that be? How can I feel this way? How can, you know, it's always this good, or it always feels this special. Oh, shit. I don't know, it might have come up. How could they say it always feels this good? It always this special? How? Why? You don't get tired. You don't get tired of it. You don't get tired of me. You always want to be around, you know? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's embodying that energy always. So it's always going to be there. And it's scary for some people, you know? I mean, that's in my life. So, you know, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, for a whole after dark conversation on a fucking 821 and up platform, you know? So, you know, what they tell us love is not what it is. That's 100%, you know? Because that energy, you can embody it constantly. You can have that in constantly. But if the other person isn't used to it or not on that level, shit, they're going to be like, you know, they motherfucker going crazy. You're going to be like, why are they going crazy? You know? Because they're not holding that frequency. They like, yo, this is fucking me all up. This has me all out of my, I don't even understand what this is, but I feel beautiful. And then when they go, they're just dark and missing, you know, because they just couldn't match that frequency, you know? So love is something, you know, we had to have a video on that in detail on what the fuck I'm talking about. Shout out to Fake Mike Real News, because I done dropped a lot of jewels with him about this shit. What's good, Gnostic? So, yeah. But, yeah. It's a perpetual balance of the yin and yang. That goes with love, what they call love, too. It's that energy that always has to complement each other, you know? You have to complement, you know, each other's energy and, you know, embody that love frequency, you know? It's just knowing and understanding. You know, when you understand that energy, how it comes out, and, you know how to use it and move it, and, you know, you can't go wrong. You know? Excuse me, but I think I'm about to wrap this motherfucker up. This has been a good stream, and shout out to all you guys. I gotta go get shit done. I woke up today, I thought it was Monday. You know? And I woke up at 3 a.m. And then, you know, what I do is, like, by 6:37, I'll go into like a trance nap, like 10 minutes, and then I'm up. It was like, that was my 10-minute sleep. Felt so good. And then I'm like up. So I'm like in the bathroom, and I'm looking at the fucking forecast, and this shit says today 49 and windy, Saturday 52, Sunday. And I'm like, what the fuck? My phone's fucked up. And I'm like, damn. So I go to snapshot it to send it to my son. It's like, yo, look at my weird ass phone. It says tomorrow's Saturday. And then I caught myself. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, today's fucking, I'm like, today is Friday. I'm like, damn. That bugged me out, because I thought something was wrong with my phone. I was tripping. I'm like, damn. I was like, wow. And then all day yesterday, me and my boys, we was thinking that it was Sunday. So, yeah, that was just weird. It goes to show you, like, we're really not on the program, man. You know, we're out of the program, and, like, you know, daylight saving time don't feel right. Getting dark early still is way off. My body's still way the fuck off. It's because we're more in tune with what is, you know? Like I said, it ain't a spiritual journey for me no more. It's just, what the fuck is it? It is. We put names on it, and we actually distort this shit. You know, I don't put a name on it. I just know shit. It's what is. You know. So yeah, but yeah, guys. So I'm about to get up off here, man. It's a good shout out to all you guys. You know, shout out Universal Mother. Thanks for dropping in. You know, it's just that energy, the energy that was here today. You know, I knew it'll pull you out. You know, and everybody else, of course. But yeah, man. So fuck Thanksgiving. All right, I ain't thankful for a motherfucking thing. I'm not on a spiritual fucking journey, and I'm not spiritual. And I ain't living fucking. I don't want to live life no more. Fuck their shit. I want to exist in an existence, in a moment of time. I guess that's. I'm just throwing it out there right now. You know. So, thanks, Deanne. Shout out to Deanne, Angel Z, and Universal Mother, Gnostic Knowledge, and everybody else who watches this later. Shout out to all you guys. And LLC approved. Shout out to you. Let's see who else is on here. Rock out. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna end with some Purple Beats beats. If you ain't subscribed to Purple Beats, give my son a subscription. You know, he got to get into algorithms. He gonna hit some notes, and his shit's gonna blow one day. You know, it's gonna be doing what he need to do. He works hard on his beats, so you know, I do honestly. One of my talents has been writing. You know, that was one of my talents growing up. Was always writing stories, plays, poems, all kinds of shit. Like I was a very good writer. Though I didn't rock out with English, I didn't fuck with it. Like I just wasn't a part of the school, you know? And I was just, you know, when I went to high school, you know, the word was I was like a very good person in English. And I'm like, motherfucker, I don't know. I'm bad at English. I just can write very well, like stories, plays, books. I wish, man, my mom lost the book, but I had a hard copy. I made the whole book, illustrated the pictures, everything. It was just so good. And I did that in like the 4th grade, man. It was such a dope book. And lost it over the years. You know, this is one thing I do wish I had, so I could show my kids. You know, I still have some old poems. You know, I have the old book where I got 3 of the poems won awards in the book. I think me and some other person tied for the most awards for the poems. So I've always been good at poetry. Always been good at writing and, you know, stories. But one thing that was always happened was when I used to do my stories, they used to be like, oh, well, they should be shorter. And this is how school fucking suppresses us. They wanted my stories shorter and with less words. I'm like, that takes away from the whole fucking story. I like to put people in my thoughts. And they were like, well, you know, and if you ever read stories, some stories are just so fucking boring and stupid. It's like just basic words. And man, my phone won't even stay no more, guys. I'm just going to put it down here. So, you know, they used to want me to like shorten my shit up. Because when I write, I can't shut the shit off. Like, it'd be really good. So, you know, that's one way the schools, you know, suppress the shit out of us. And, you know, and, yeah. So I just had to, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. Oh, no, with beats and stuff. You know, I could write. I'm like, you know, I should drop a rap song or some shit. Oh, I don't got the right vehicle. Shit, I'm on the wrong vehicle. They're gonna swindle me out of a I don't drive this enough. How you doing? Can I get a 2-week? Yeah, I don't have one on here. It's on the back. Put this shit back up here again. I know I got another one of these things, maybe in the glove box on the door. Oh yeah, I do got another one. All right, guys, I got another one. We about to put it on right now. We about to be back. Fucking thing's been bothering me for like 2 weeks.
Alright, so those parts. Oh.
It comes up as paid, right? Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I do, but I just don't have the sticker on here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No, it's on there. All right.
So do you want the sticker?
No, I don't need it. It's all right.
Okay. Do you have your receipt?
No, I don't need that either. Thanks. I guess I got unlimited on this plate. It's all right. But anyways, or whatever else. Oh, like with him with the beats, I do want to like do like a rap song, like I always had it in me, but I never did a rap in my life. But I do want to do it because a lot of shit I can get out the message. But I might do it, but I just don't have the time, and I got to be in the energy because I can't just do it in a regular voice. Like I got to be like animated and shit. So it's kind of like, I've actually tried before and this shit was hot, but it's like I never showed anybody. But I'm gonna try to do that at some point on his beat, and just to get him out there, and yeah. So that's just a little side note. But shout out to Purple Beats. But I've always been a good writer. So we're gonna rock out with some Purple Beats. This is his latest beat. I really like it. They talk about Elon Musk is doing all these changes to Twitter. I wonder if they're going to let everybody out of the... I wonder if they're going to let guys like me out of the Twitter abyss where we're shadow banned on fucking Twitter. Where nobody sees our shit. Where I get an alert for a post a day fucking later, like 12 hours later. I wonder if they're going to fix all that or are they going to keep us in the abyss. I swear I wish I had the time. I have an affidavit half filled out to sue fucking YouTube. It's dope as fuck. But I would love to just switch the YouTube name to fucking Twitter and do this shit. Just to get them in court, The key is just to get them in court. That's the whole thing. Now you got record of shit. Who knows where that would go? The whole key is getting it into court, It's actually really easy to get these motherfuckers in court, And they got lawyers, believe me, they got lawyers. But they'll have to come answer all the critical questions you got. Guess what? A lawyer ain't gonna answer them bitches. He gonna come in, they're gonna have a response and they're gonna respond after you, but nah, my shit gotta go to court. What the fuck you talking about? Respond in court, bitch. I want the witnesses there. What the fuck you mean? I don't, But they have the lawyers that'll sit in for these motherfuckers. But they would have to come in. Eventually, they would have to come in. So it would be dope to actually do that. To sue these companies. Even if you don't win, you just got them in court, and you can do whatever you want in a suit if you know what's going on and what they're doing and how they're doing it with examples and exhibits. How, why, and then actually you'll gain knowledge on what they use, what software they use. How do they go about doing it? Do they really have agents watching this shit? How? When you handcraft that shit. You know, you ask all the questions. In law, they gotta rebut all the shit that you're saying. You know? And all that failure to state a claim where relief could be granted. Shit. You know how easy it is to get out of that? You know? Because they, you know, you read their terms. All you do, you don't make up nothing. You read their, I read YouTube's terms. I'm like, oh my God, you can get them on a lot of this shit. Because it ain't in there. Ain't through the fucking millions of fucking verbiage they got on their fucking terms of service and Google's terms of service, because Google owns them, and then go to Alphabet, and then you start going to what they're held to, FCC and all kind of shit, trade agreements. You find out right where they fucking slipped up. You know, see, people going with their emotions with a lot of things and don't get no results. You can't go with your emotions. You got to go with what they put out. You know, it's just like the English language, guys. All it is unraveling the spell. Whatever was put on us to suppress us, there's something there to get us out of it, to flip it around. It's just the way it is, you know? So, you know, these calls coming in and shit. So, I'm gonna rock out with this end of this beat, and then I'm off of here, guys. Much love to you guys, and yeah. All right, y'all. Oh my God. All right, y'all. Put the fucking username time out. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Thanks, Disambiguation. Thanks, Deanne. Thanks, Angel. Thanks, LLC. And see y'all later, man. Much love. And have a great dark Friday. Because it's dark as shit in Rochester. Peace and love, everybody.